What is up, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and I'm with Canadian Yorker. How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. So we got another activity and game for you. We did two truths and a lie. This is a little bit of a similar game, but it's a little different. So this is Would You Rather, probably the most popular game people play out there. So basically, how this works is I got the statements here. So basically, I'm going to be reading two statements, and we're going to discuss which one do we rather do. So it's just two statements, and then we just choose which one we rather do, and we're basically gonna talk and explain why we chose it. So I got a good 20 statements here. So are you ready?
All right, ready.
So let's do this. This is would you rather. So the first one is, would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all foreign language? So let's take a time to think about it. So if you want me to repeat it, just let me know.
Okay.
Um, so just a repeat. Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all foreign language? For me, I think for let me go first. For me, I would choose. I would love to actually speak all foreign languages because I used to travel a lot, and I went to Japan when I was a kid, and I didn't know like how to speak Japanese, and it would be nice if I could speak it. I went to Paris. I didn't know how to speak French. I went to Korea, and I was talking with some person. I had to use a translator. So I would choose speak all foreign language instead of talking to an animal. How about you?
I would also want to speak foreign languages because I would like to speak French because I've been to Canada, been to Puerto Rico, where I speak Spanish and English. I would like to speak that, and I've also been in Jamaica. They speak a dialect, Jamaican patois. I'd like to speak that too, with another language, and Haitian Creole. So yeah, being able to speak another language is great. So
Yeah, all right. Number two. Would you feel worse if so? By the way, it wasn't. It's just not would you rather. It's just statements. So this doesn't have would you rather, but it said, would you feel worse if no one showed up to your wedding or to your funeral? Let's take a minute, think about it, and discuss. I'm ready. Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, I'll start. To be honest, I feel like it'll be better if someone missed my wedding because if someone misses my funeral, I just feel like that's disrespectful, especially if it's a close friend.
Mhm.
But I mean, like if someone misses my wedding, that's fine. But like if I'm dead and someone misses it, I don't know. I just will feel bad. But I'm dead, so I won't feel it. So, but I just feel like maybe someone missing my wedding will be better. So
I think so too, Jeff. I think that it would definitely be better to miss a wedding rather than a funeral. So I'm dead, I'm dead. But if I'm at my funeral, then at my wedding, then uh, then it's better to definitely miss a wedding rather than miss a funeral. Because if you're dead, then you're not thinking. Um, and if you're missing my wedding, then I understand you have different reasons for that too.
yeah. All right, number three. Would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone? Let's take a moment to think about it and we can discuss. Again, would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone? Just let you know when I'm ready. When you're ready, I'm not ready yet. I gotta think a little bit.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go to you first then.
I would rather be without my the internet for a week because we all rely on the internet so much. We just forget about the everyday common things that we used to have, like going to the library, going out and enjoying the nice weather, just living outside and outdoors. That's great. We don't really need the internet to begin with in the first place, but we do need our phones. However, phones can be connected to the internet too, so that kind of plays into it. But in reality, we don't really need the internet because it's all how it makes the world become a lot smaller. So I could see why we don't really need the internet. So,
All right. For me, I think for me, I wouldn't want my phone. So like basically, So I would be without my phone, to be honest, because I mean, like, if you want to use internet, you can basically like use your computer. If you have a laptop, there's the chance. But the only issue is that, like, what if something's emergency? You don't have a phone, but I just prefer not having my phone if I do have a laptop. So yeah. Um, let's go to the next one. Would you rather lose your vision or your hearing? Let's take a moment and think about it, and let me know when we're ready. All right, I'm ready.
I would rather lose my hearing because well, I wouldn't be able to hear. I mean, if we lose our hearing, then we can't hear people talk, so we can't communicate. So that means you have to find other ways to communicate, and that's important, to know how to communicate. Because if you lose your hearing, of course, then you can't really see where you're going. No offense to blind people out there, but I'd rather lose my hearing. In fact, well, I have a hearing loss, so it really doesn't matter to me. I'm really used to that. So
All right, for me, I would actually rather lose my vision, just because if I lose my hearing, I would have to like I think you would have to learn a lot to capitalize on sign language. So if I lose my hearing, I would have to spend a lot of time like learning the sign language and how to communicate with each other. But if I lose my vision, all I need is a stick. Like you said, no offense to you blind people, I would rather just use a stick and just figure out where I'm going, where you can just hear instead of just learning sign language. So that's just my opinion. So
I think that's a little they learn Braille too. So you
yeah.
have to learn Braille to learn how to speak. You have to learn language basically.
Yeah. All right. Where are we? Yes. Would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or a broken elevator? So let's think about it and let each other know when we're ready. All right. I'm ready.
I'd say broken elevator. I mean, like the elevator that goes up the stairs.
Yeah, like a regular
Yeah, the
elevator.
regular elevator. I could do the regular elevator, but not a ski lift because you're up in the air. If it breaks, it basically fall to the ground and hurt yourself. So I definitely would pick a elevator over a ski lift.
Yeah, I also have broken elevator. I would rather get stuck in a broken elevator. Pretty much the same reason because if you're stuck on a ski lift, your whole body's dangling off the lift, and if something bad happens, you'll just fall. But the elevator, I mean, you're gonna fall down with the elevator, which is scary, but I would prefer that over getting stuck in a ski lift. So yeah, all right, next one. Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery? So let's take a moment and think about it and let each other know when we're ready. I already know what I'm gonna say, so
Hmm.
so for me, hotel, probably a luxury hotel over a camping with beautiful scenery because I don't know. I mean, if you're camping, you probably won't get room service. So, and
Absolutely.
luxury, you're gonna get a lot of room service. I mean, probably. I mean, depending on the outside window, you can see a good view of the city. Maybe depending on the view. So I would choose a luxury hotel over a camping site. So how about you?
I would say the room service one does sound nice. Hotel, but I think the beautiful scenery thing would definitely do it for me because you go camping with the beautiful scenery. I think that's it for me. Even though you miss the room service and all that stuff, I really think being outside and camping in a nice scenery place, nice place with scenery and a fireplace is the way to go for me. So as long as you have the right things, you got and then all right. So
All right. The next one. Would you rather live where it's constantly winter or where it's constantly summer? Let's talk about it, think about it, and let us each other know when we're ready. I already know where. I would go since I already know.
I go ahead.
Um, I would definitely pick summer. I don't think anyone who lives in the wintertime, especially like people rent out like cabins deep in the mountains, and then if it's snowing, I think they're gonna have issues with their food or water or whatever. But when it's summer, I think it's better. The weather is better there. They don't have to worry about making a fire. They don't have to worry about. I mean, obviously you have to worry about like if you're camping out, like if you're out there, if you live in a place where it's summer or winter, I mean, I would just prefer the weather, which would be warm. But I mean, this summer and winter doesn't have to be like a cabin up in the mountains. It can be just be a city. But that's just a comparison. If you do live in a place where it's just summer or ice, but I would just prefer summer. How about you?
I probably pick summer too. I like the winter. I like doing things in the winter time. But I like being outdoors in the summertime because it's perfect. Summer, it's warm. It's perfect time to be outside. You can do things with people outside. You can hang out with people outside. You can enjoy the nice weather outside. So summer is it for me. So
All right. Next one. Would you rather have your flight delayed by 8 hours or lose your luggage? Let's think about it and let each other know what we think when we're ready.
repeat that again.
Would you rather have your airplane flight, like an airplane, your flight delayed by 8 hours, or would you rather lose your luggage? Uh,
You already know
let's
what
think
the
about
answer
it.
is.
Let's think about
You
it.
already know what
And
the answer is, Jeff. You already know what the answer is.
you?
Yes, I know.
Oh,
I
for
vote
me,
for
for
this.
me, I would rather. I mean, I would rather get my flight delayed 8 hours because I don't think I would want to deal with losing luggage because that has happened to actually my family and they just had to wait like 3 days.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so I would prefer getting delayed 8 hours. How about you?
I'd say delayed 8 hours also. I don't want to be trapped for 3 days looking for luggage. Because I've traveled before on a plane and I have to I keep my luggage together with me at all times. So I definitely do not want to lose luggage. So that's a horrible experience.
Okay. Would you rather spend 2 weeks stuck in a hospital or stuck in the airport? Let's think about it and let each other know when we're ready. You already said tough.
All right.
So you can go first?
2 weeks stuck in the airport. That's mine because again, if the airport's big enough, and there's food and there's supposed to use a bathroom and you can change your clothes. I definitely think an airport is the way to go because you can leave if you catch a plane, you can leave and fly to the next destination. So definitely being stuck in the airport is that's what I want. So,
Yeah, I at first I was gonna say hospital because I was thinking like if you stay there for a couple of weeks then you catch like if you stay there 2 week if you get stuck in a hospital for 2 weeks and yeah I'm actually gonna go with hospital in this one because 2 weeks what if you suddenly get sick for some reason in 2 weeks because I've seen someone actually get sick within like 2 or 3 weeks and you know you're already at the hospital. You don't have to worry about emergency. You can just ask for a nurse. But I mean, of course, it's probably going to be busy there. But you're at a hospital, so but at an airport with a lot of packed people, if you're sick, it might I don't know, especially if it's really serious, like a virus or something that can spread. You're surrounded by, like you said, the airport's a big place. If you have some sort of virus, like this say that someone got like Ebola and they're stuck in the airport for 2 weeks, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to spread. But like, I mean, if you're have like a virus in a hospital, which is like not big. I mean, the hospital is a big place, but the airport is a big place. But a hospital is kind of small a little bit. It can be a small hospital. You're only like you can transmit some of the virus only a little bit. If you have a virus a nurse can come to you right away and then take you to another. So it prevents like infection or whatever. But sick or not, I feel like a hospital for 2 weeks is better, just because of my reasoning. So,
mhm.
all right. So next one: would you rather babysit a crying infant for a day or have an unwanted house guest for a week? Let's
Oh,
think about it. Let's think about it and let each other know when we're ready. This is tough. I don't know.
I got it.
Okay, let's hear you.
Unwanted house guest, absolutely not. You don't want that. I think somebody's like an unwanted, like somebody's a robber. So I would go with the crying infant. I could definitely babysit a crying infant for a week because I've done it before. So I've got experience in that, being an uncle. And it's that's what I could do. I could do that, but I cannot do an unwanted house guest because you do not know what that person, what the intention of that person is, what that person will do to you, harm you, or to steal things in the house. So you don't want that type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about it might be a little tough, but yeah, I agree. I think I would choose a crying infant instead of unwanted guest because you don't know if this unwanted guest is gonna lock you in the closet and rape you or whatever, but or rob you. But yeah, I would choose a crying infant. So we both have that. All right. The next one. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or fly through the air? Let's think about this and let each other know when we're ready. Um, this is a little tough. Both seem pretty good.
I think I got it.
Yeah. Okay, you can go first.
All right, so I'd say underwater, breathe underwater, because most of the ocean has like hidden treasures, a lot of hidden treasures underwater. So we'll probably find a lot of gold, and you probably become rich from being able to breathe underwater. So I think it's definitely that's something for me, being able to breathe underwater, so I can find the hidden treasures in the oceans and find it.
For me, I think I would choose fly in the air because if I want to go someplace like out of the state or something, I can just fly there. But if I breathe underwater, like if you look everywhere, there's barely a lot of like underwater body of waters around, and you know that if you want to, basically you can breathe underwater. You can basically like I live next to a river, and like if I want to like go somewhere, like if I want to breathe underwater and I want to go to like China or something, I won't be able to get there because there's no body of water. I would have to like drive somewhere really far and then oh, I can breathe underwater in the ocean and cross, you know? Where like if you can fly in the air, you can just go right straight there if you can fly. Plus, I don't want to breathe underwater because there's gonna be sharks and shit that wants to eat me. But if you go up in the air, there's barely any predators, you know? I mean, except by maybe getting hit by a oncoming plane that doesn't see you, or getting like attacked by like I don't know a bird. But there's barely any prey out there. I mean, if you're a tiny bird, you're probably going to get eaten by like a vulture or whatever, eagle or so any type of birds of prey. But yeah, I would choose fly because I would like you can basically go anywhere, and underwater you can't really go anywhere, especially if you live in places where there's barely any body of water. So that's my reasoning. So
Yeah.
all right, so the next one. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? Let's think about it and talk it out. This one seems a ridiculous one, but to be honest, I don't like looking that far in the future. Like it's like saying right now, it's like, oh, don't look too far ahead. So I would prefer looking at least 10 minutes in the future because I don't like looking too far. There's a saying that, oh, you should look too far, you know, not too far, worry about what's going on right now. And 10 minutes seems to pretty legit answer here. So I'm going to go, I would rather see 10 minutes into the future. How about you?
I'd say 10 minutes into the future also because it's 150 years. I mean, who needs to know what's going to happen in 115 years? We'll be dead by then. So it just makes sense to just, to at least be able to see 10 minutes into the future
Yeah.
because that is, at least I mean, if you know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, then that's good. You know what to do in the next 10 minutes and how to change your look at life. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right, next one. Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade? Let's think about this and let each other know what when we're ready. This is tough because I don't know what's it feel like being in a coma, and like I know obviously what being in jail looks like. Like I never been to jail, but looking at like watching those movies, well, I see movies when people were in coma, but to be honest, I would choose, yeah, I would choose the coma for a decade because I don't think I want to go to jail. Because what if like I don't want to be like decade? I don't know what it means like for the rest of your life, but like I wouldn't want to go to jail. I mean, it's depending on what decade means, like meaning like your entire life or several years. But I don't know. But I would choose the coma because I would rather just spend my time in bed instead of just going in jail and then like where you just probably get like people want to get a piece of you, you're gonna get stabbed or whatever. I mean that's prison, but same thing. So I would choose the coma for a decade. How about you?
Well, I wouldn't want to be a vegetable for a decade, so 'cause that's what people are. They're just not moving. They're just in a conscious state of not like in between life and death. And I wouldn't want to be a vegetable, so I would pick being in jail for 5 years. I mean, it's 5 years. It seems like it would seem like forever. That's a long time to be in jail. I mean, 5 years is a minimum amount to be in jail, but probably 5 years of jail. But that's 5 years of your life gone. So, but I wouldn't want to be in jail in the first place. So, but yeah, I picked that over being 10 years being a vegetable. So,
All right. Next one. This it's gonna get all right. So we've done some over some most of these already, but I'm gonna let you guys know it's gonna get a little weird going forward. Like this one. Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup? Let's think about it and let each other know when we're ready. Oh, I can't imagine swimming in that. What the hell?
I can't either.
Um,
I,
gotta choose
I,
one.
I got one. I'd probably say maple syrup because I like maple syrup, but it's really sticky stuff. So I don't. I mean, I don't know. You would probably drown in maple syrup.
I
So
mean, I think everything you can drown,
yeah,
but
how
for
about
me,
you?
yeah, I don't think maple syrup is the answer. I like Nutella because I like Nutella. I think it's smooth, so like I think it's not sticky. I mean, it's sticky, but I think it's not as sticky as maple syrup. And I love Nutella, so I think I would swim in Nutella. So and the texture is pretty smooth. So yeah. So yeah. Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or same underwear for a week?
Uh,
Let's talk about it.
uh, I got it. Same socks for a month. So because as long as I mean, wash the socks so to make sure the socks are good. But I would not want to wear underwear for a week because that's just disgusting. Nobody wants to do that. No, you always wash your underwear every other week, but not like wear it every day. That's just no.
I would choose the underwear for a week because I don't want to wear the same socks for a month because I would show you what my socks look like. It's not looking good. So and it's like usually my sister will be over and she always complains about how smelly my feet and socks are. So I mean my underwear are like boxers. I wash them regularly and I mean I can tell you at one point I actually wore underwear before for like 4 days straight one time actually.
Wow.
It was a while ago. So yeah, I would choose the wearing underwear for a week. I know you might be saying this guy's disgusting, but that's just my opinion.
That's just amazing.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather find a rat in your kitchen or a cockroach in your bed? Let's talk about this, or let's talk about this. Discuss. I already know this. For me, I would rather find a cockroach on my bed because I don't want to find a rat in my kitchen because you don't know what food has been through. Like, what if it like shit all over the food in the cabinets, or like if taken something and the food's no good. But where I mean, the cockroach in the bed, if I know it's like dirty and stuff, like, but you can just kill it, throw it away, and then if the sheets infected, you can just clean that right off, and then you can just replace it. But I mean, if a rat goes in your kitchen, how many like I mean, how much like disgusting stuff it carries, and then it affects your food. Your food.
Yeah,
So I would rather find a roach in my bed instead of finding a rat in the kitchen. How about you?
I'd say rat in the kitchen because I mean, you can always set a rat trap and capture the rat, kill it with the mouth of the trap.
But still, like
I would
but
not
like,
want a roach, like a cockroach in my bed.
but like,
First
still,
off,
like, think about
it's
it. If you
just
put a mouse
disgusting.
trap and
That's horrible.
the mice comes, who knows where it's been? Like,
You don't know.
it
Yes, you
could have
don't
been
know
like
where the mice has been. The problem is, the mice might have been there. It seems sometimes
in.
mice are there because they smell food in the kitchen. The food, yeah, that's why you got to make sure you
But
put
like
your food
the
away.
roaches, if
You
it's
know,
in your bed, you can just kill it, clean it
no,
up,
I
and
don't
then just
want to
replace
know.
the.
I don't want
You
no
can replace
roaches
the
in the
bed sheet.
kitchen.
That's just my opinion.
I don't want
We're
no
not here to
roaches in
argue.
my
We're
bed.
just
That's
discussing, guys, and
disgusting.
just yeah.
It's disgusting. Nobody wants a roach in their bed. That's just freak them out. Okay, you're like, what the hell is this? Why is there a roach in my bed, man? That means the bed is infested. I gotta get rid of the bed. I gotta throw out everything in my room. I don't want no roach in my bed.
All right, we got four more left. We're almost there. This one's a weird one. I apologize. These are ones I found online, like from the actual Would You Rather games. So, oh, I don't know if I want to save this one.
You can skip it.
We'll save this one for last.
Oh,
Okay, so skipping this one, the next one. Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year, or take 3 years off the end of your life? 3 years off the end of your life.
yeah, that's not a very positive one. Feels like it's Inception all of a sudden. So
Yeah,
I got it. I got it. I'd rather do the to relive the life, relive the day all over again for a year rather than shave off 3 years of your life because you shave 3 years off of your life, so that's not a very really good thing to do.
yeah. I was just thinking about that. I
Yeah.
also want to, yeah, I also want to like forced to live the same day, for over and over again for a full year. I mean, doing the same things, yeah, it might be boring, but
It
yeah.
would be torture, but you try to at least try to change the outcome of something. So
All right. So the next one: Would you rather get a paper cup every time you turn a page, or bite your tongue every time you eat? So like the rest of your life,
oh
if you
man,
every time you turn, yeah. Let's talk about it. Let you know when we're ready.
I got it.
Okay.
I hate biting my tongue. I hate getting paper cuts. Um, paper cuts are paper cuts, but I don't like getting biting my tongue because that's painful. Because you could bite the tongue off, and it hurts to bite the tongue off when you're eating. Um, I don't find that very pleasant. I don't like paper. I would probably do paper cuts because you always put bandages around paper cuts so that way you stop paper cuts from happening. So
Yeah. For me, man, this is tough. I hate both of them. You know what? Yeah, I would probably pick um turning the page and cut myself because I mean, like, lifetime thing. You gotta eat, right? You gotta eat, get your body healthy, and then if you just like, I mean, if you don't want to get your tongue cracked, you won't be eating. But so yeah, I'm gonna choose that. All right, second to last one. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos appear all over your body despite what, as a summary of what you did yesterday?
that's a weird one.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh,
So for example, like your skin will change red if you're angry. A basketball tattoo would appear if you play basketball, or something like that. So let's discuss. Yeah. To
oh,
be honest, I like that. I would prefer the skin changing colors so people would know how you feel. I think that's interesting. I would never want tattoos, but I mean like tattoos will be already. But I don't want people to know what I did yesterday because I'd be watching porn. I don't know. I'll be watching some sort of porn or something online or something. And then what if some naked guy and a naked girl tattoo shows up on my body? So I would prefer like my emotions on my own. How are you?
probably stick the emotions. I probably want the emotions thing not tattoo also because it's like emotion color. Skin changes the color based on your emotions. So the red you're angry, red you're in love. yellow you're happy, yellow you're jealous, like something like that. Like, oh, it would be interesting,
All right.
Yeah.
We got one last one, guys, and I gotta warn you, it might be this one's a little disturbing, but we're gonna handle it, and it's all about the views and the pop view. Are you ready for this disturbing one?
All right, shoot.
Okay. Would you rather drink from a toilet or pee in a litter box?
What? Repeat that again.
Would you rather drink from a toilet, so drink the water from a toilet, or you just like instead of peeing in the toilet, would you pee in the litter box? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, and let each other know.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Uh, I
Oh
don't
man,
know. This is disgusting,
it
but
is disgusting.
I got the views, man.
I got first.
I think you got first. Okay.
Yeah. So drink from a toilet. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not drinking from the toilet. Pee in a litter box. As long as it has sand, I put sand in there, like cat sand, and then you pee in it, and yeah, scrape it like a cat, and then it's done basically. And then you just make sure it's nice and smells nice. It's the nice smelling cat sand.
I don't
So
know. I don't know if I want to pee in the cat litter because what if someone walks in on you? Like if you
do it in private.
listen to this, guys. If you drink water, if you just close the door and drink water from a toilet, no one will see you. But if you pee in a litter box, what if someone walks in it? I don't care if you guys think I'm disgusting, but I am choosing drinking water from a toilet instead of peeing in the litter box.
So being in a
I'm not
in a,
doing
in a
that.
cat
I'm not
sand.
doing that. I'm not doing that. What if someone walks up behind you and is like, what the fuck is he doing? Where like if you go to a toilet, you can just lock it and drink it.
But
Yeah.
what if they catch you drinking from the toilet bowl? Like what if that happens? You know?
But anyways, we'll do it for Would You Rather. Thank you guys for watching. This has been fun. I am Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. His
Yes.
YouTube link will be in the description. And we are out.